I'm Stuart Dresner, Chief Executive, Privacy Laws and Business. Welcome to Privacy Laws and Business's 23rd Annual International Conference. And we have here around 200 people from 17 countries, which includes 10 data protection authorities as well. And so everyone here together, managers, lawyers, academics, and first-timers and returners, we're all part of the international privacy community. Last year we covered issues covering toxic data and questions of privacy as a business risk in the credit crunch. Those issues are still there, but we're moving on this year to question of privacy practices on trial. It's increasingly clear that your privacy practices are on trial in many ways, as I will describe later. But you do have an opportunity to put your case, although not necessarily in court, because the trial is not just a legal trial, but a trial of winning the hearts and minds of public opinion and your reputation in the media. The sword of justice is bright and sharp, as shown here. Sanctions are increasingly being published and visible. Your reputation is on the line. Here at St John's College in Cambridge, it's a wonderful environment, but it is a summer school and not a summer camp. But you will meet many interesting and fascinating people you've read about in the media, and the core of this event is not only building relationships, but also intensive coverage of the most pressing privacy issues. That's what we're all about. And we're able to monitor what's going on and provide this conference because we follow these issues all the time via our international newsletter, published 6 times a year, and also we cover 80 countries, or as many countries where there is privacy law, but it has been about 80 countries over the last 23 years, and we have clients in every continent. It's also the 10th anniversary of the UK newsletter, which we also publish, where we cover both data protection and freedom of information, both law and implementation. In both, we write about subjects which you won't find for free on the internet. We report news, cover new techniques, and throw light on grey areas. These newsletters are available. They're each published 6 times a year, and they have email updates. We run a helpline inquiry service and publish an index, and they're available both on paper and electronically. We also have an enterprise license where you can put all this information on your intranet. Last year, we published our report on 21 countries' attitudes towards data breach notification laws, and that report is still available. Over the last several years, we've run a number of roundtables with the National Data Protection Commissioners. To understand what you have to do at national level, you really do need to interact and engage with the national authorities. You can take a different view, but it makes sense to know the regulators' views, and that will help provide a basis for an intelligent dialogue. We've run roundtables for the last 8 years, and we've met with 18 national regulators, and the choice of countries is voted upon by our members. This is a scene from our roundtable with the Spanish agency in March 2008, and some other national authorities have also invited us into their offices to have these meetings. About half these sessions we have simultaneous interpretation. We've also covered other regions over the last several years as well. And this now is some photos of our conference last year in Madrid on employee monitoring across Europe. Our next conference is in Israel, focusing on data protection law in Israel. As you may know, in January, the Article 29 Data Protection Working Party declared Israel's law adequate in relation to the EU directive. And this conference will focus on data protection law, and it's the first event in the week where the National Data Protection Commissioner's own conference is being held there. Following on that, in November, we have a briefing and roundtable in Lisbon, November 24th and 25th. Next year, we're in Paris, April the 5th and 6th, for a briefing and roundtable with the CNIL, the French Data Protection Authority, and then later next year, we're in Denmark.